that, I'll call the meeting to order for the town board to do business for the town of Taylorsville. And it's our custom to have an invocation, and in place of the invocation, I want to read Psalm 91. If you will, it's a glowing testimony, if you will, to those people whose security is in the Lord God. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare and the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield, and you will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. And I'm skipping down to verse 14. Because he holds fast to me in love, I will deliver him. I will protect him because he knows my name. When he calls me, I will answer him, and I will be with him in trouble, and I will rescue him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I hope that you can say amen to that song, and if you will rise, Tim Brown's going to lead us in the pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first order is to ask if there's any adjustments to the agenda. If not, we have we want to approve the agenda as it's stated.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. And then after that, the consent agenda is the minutes that we've had since the last time. And that's September the 2nd, regular meeting, closed session, September the 16th, special call meeting, September the 16th work session. So those we are in the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed, like sign. Now, it's time for public comment, and this is an opportunity for the members of the public to express items of interest to the mayor and city council. Is not a time to respond or act. Any necessary action will be taken under advisement. Speakers are asked to use proper decorum and limit comments to no more than 3 minutes. So it's time to open that up, and I believe, Senator Hawkins, do you want to speak?
I do.
Okay, if you just...
Hello, I'm Sandra Hawkins. I live in Northwood Park in the town of Taylorsville. I spoke the last meeting, and one of the comments I made that I was having trouble finding the minutes and the agendas and the meeting information on the website, and I noticed a lot of information was provided by the end of the next day. There was a whole year's worth of meetings, and the agendas were caught up, the minutes were caught up, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate that. And one of the things I wanted to ask about that is I looked, and maybe the minutes or the agenda today answers that question, because the agenda for today is not posted in advance that I can find. But I see you don't actually approve it until you get here. So my question as a resident would be, how do I prepare myself to participate as a resident in a town meeting if I don't have any idea what's on the agenda until I get there? And it might be something I'm totally supportive that the town's doing, or I'm not. I mean, in any way, I would want to be able to have some kind of intelligent research so that I know I have some sense of what I'm talking about. And I can't find that that's available to the residents in advance of the meeting, so I would express that concern. And the only other thing is a learning question for me. Sometimes I ask questions because I just feel like it's there and I don't know how to find it. When I saw something on the website, and it was a comment that when the town council meets, the mayor leads the meeting and they look for input from the town manager, from the residents, before they make their decisions. And I know that at this point, this isn't the time for me to create dialogue and ask questions, I'm just speaking. And when the town council meets, I'm observing, and that's not a time for me to speak. And I don't know about the criteria of a public hearing, because I'm not sure. So I wonder, when is the time that I'm welcome to participate as a partner with the town leadership? That would be a question on that, because I don't understand where those opportunities are.
Okay, thank you for
I
that.
really appreciate the schedule, though.
Yes, thank you. And I failed to mention that Eric Bumgarner is in excused absence tonight. He's off with his wife on a trip, so before we go into the business meeting, I see no one else that wants to speak in public comments period, so we'll move on to the business items. And this is a public hearing. We're going to have a public hearing for this annexation, this satellite annexation. So we have to have a motion.
Motion to go into public hearing. Second.
Motion, second. Is there any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Like sign. No one is opposed. So we're in public hearing now, and anyone can speak during the public hearing of this item. I think we're going to ask Nathan Hester to explain it. The satellite annexation.
Yes, sir. This is an annexation application that was submitted by the Nobles, who live at 26 Eagle Drive in Taylorsville. They submitted their application a few months ago to the town. Our town clerk, Nicole Mays, provided you all with their certificate of sufficiency that their application was complete, and they are requesting annexation into the town limits. And I support approval of their application.
Yeah. And then the town can reach out, as we have done in the past, for satellite annexation, and it can be contiguous with the town limits also.
Yes.
So this is a satellite, which is, I hope we understand that as we go along. Anyone want to speak during public hearing? If not, I will close the public hearing and we'll go on to item number 2, which is the ordinance. And so we're looking at the ordinance to accept this voluntary annexation of land at 26 Eagle Drive, Taylorsville.
Motion to grant the annexation.
Second motion.
Motion been made and a second. Is there any discussion or questions, or if not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed, like sign. No one is opposed, and that is so ordered. Now, the next, we're going to go into a public hearing to talk about some of these ordinances that we're going to put into effect tonight. And so, need a motion to go back into the public hearing.
Make a motion to go into public hearing, considering the amendments of town ordinances. Second.
Motion been made and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? No one is opposed to that. So, we are in a public hearing. That means anyone can speak. And I just want to explain that a little bit. You know, if we're not in a public hearing, it's disruptive to the board when we talk. And so we try to limit these comments to the public comment period and to the public hearing. So now, any anyone want to speak about this annexation of 26 Eagle Drive, Taylorsville?
No, we're not public
I
hearing.
mean, what, yeah, do we want? Yeah. Thank you.
I'll go ahead and start.
Yeah, please.
The first ordinance that staff is requesting to amend is chapter 92, the nuisance chapter. I would like to rename section 92.01 from weeds to maintenance of premises, the duty of occupant. We've added some language in there that would allow us to enforce the accumulation of junk and litter on private property within the town, so citizens and residences. To just highlight a few things within it is the accumulation of garbage, rubbish, appliances, discarded household items, and other similar items. Tires, construction materials, household items, broken toys, and other miscellaneous house and yard debris. Upholstered furniture, not manufactured for outdoor use. And then a large accumulation of junk and trash, piles of wood, clothes, automobile parts, motors, batteries, open wells, and anything that also correlates with Chapter 50, garbage and solid waste chapter. We're also, for Chapter 92, provided some amendments to the penalty section, where we implemented some language to clarify what the process is when the town notices that there is a violation, how we communicate with that citizen by mail according to the statutes, how much time we give them to remedy that situation, what their appeal process is, and so forth on what all the legal processes are for us to resolve that issue in coordination with the citizen. If we'll look at Chapter 96, cemeteries, this is very simple. This is for, we've added in the language for cost and transfer of cemetery lots. The language added in is the cost for cemetery lots are set by the town council, can be found in the town's fee schedule. That makes it to where when we adopt our fee schedule every year with our annual budget, the cemetery plots and all the fees that are associated with the cemetery are listed on that fee schedule. And if you all ever want to change the fees for the cemetery, we don't have to amend the ordinance every time. We just amend the fee schedule with the annual budget. And we are proposing to implement a new chapter, which would be Chapter 99, abandoned junk and use of motor vehicles. It defines what each individual vehicle is and how you identify that, how we regulate them, the processes for removal and pre-towing, any exceptions to prior notice requirements, our post-towing notice requirements to the registered owners of those vehicles, sale and distribution of unclaimed vehicles, conditions of removals of vehicles, and then how we coordinate and work with citizens in the community when they are in possession of junk or nuisance vehicles on the property. I would like to say that I and the town attorney, Mr. Pannell, have been in communication back and forth about these ordinances, and they are in compliance with North Carolina General Statute.
Any other questions or comments from the board? The public? If not, I will close the public hearing.
George,
Okay. Yeah.
who's going to do these ordinances as far as going around and making a decision on this? Or are we going to hire hire somebody, or we gonna continue to work through the county like we used to?
All of the above.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Currently, we're going to continue to work with the county as we contract with them for planning, zoning, and code enforcement services. There will be some
That's one of the-
instances that town staff will conduct those investigations and notification procedures. In the future, we look to hire.
Thank you for that comment, and I will close the public hearing and we'll go to item number 4, which is the first ordinance, chapter 92 of, the nuisances.
Make a motion that we adopt the ordinance. Second.
Motion's been made and second. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed, like sign. No one is opposed. So we'll go to item number 5, which is the ordinance about cemetery.
Motion to adopt the cemetery ordinance.
Motion's been made and second. Is there any more discussion, questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed, like sign. No one is opposed. So we go to item number 6, which is the ordinance about abandoned and junk motor vehicles.
Make a motion to accept the ordinance.
Second.
Motion's been made and a second. Is there any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. So all of those ordinances are so ordered. And now, we're at item number 7, and we're amending, we've already had the public hearing about this last meeting, so we're adopting an ordinance amending the Town of Taylorville Charter to establish staggered terms for all council members other than the mayor. And I'm gonna call on Jack Sims. You wanted to make a
Yeah, I
comment?
do. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I got a prepared statement that I want to read. Normally I don't prepare statements. I just off the cuff, but I need to prepare this one. For approximately 5 years, I have known the town of Taylorsville municipal elections to be a staggered election to follow the presidential and midterm elections. The reason is to avoid the board, council, and mayor being totally replaced, and the cost to go from $11,000 for election cycle to $500. Now, the board has never been in this position, but it could happen. It has been stated that I'm willing to make the town election a partisan race. I have never stated that. It's the cost reduction to the taxpayers and the protection of the board. There has been discussion on the board or agreeing to go with stagger, but to keep the election on the odd year cycles, which will increase the town of Taylorsville taxpayers to an additional $11,000. So it is my vote and my position now to keep the town of Taylorsville election as is, avoiding the $11,000 increase. Thank you.
I have a question.
Okay.
So, is it not, it's not legal to move it to the other, was that not stated earlier that it has to be in the altering, the General Assembly statute says it
I
has to
take you directed that question to me, Mr. Brown.
I did.
You're looking at me.
well, you're the lawyer in the room.
To go to a even year election, it would take an act of the General Assembly to do that.
Any other comments or questions?
I've got a comment, but if you did get that.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Politely say that you can't speak, the board can speak. So what's your, go ahead. Comment?
Can you really not ask a question?
No, we can't. No.
And to be fair to the citizen, just to be fair to the citizen, the statute required that the public hearing be last month.
I understand.
And we could not consider this until the next regular meeting, because that's what the statute says.
I leave that in my mistake.
That's
No,
fine.
I understand.
Right.
No.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
I understand that there will be an additional cost to the town. But I also know that over the past 6 years, that there has been so much information going from the first term, like during the first term into the second term, that if you're not sitting here in this position, that there was stuff that was going on in the first term that wasn't dealt with until the second term, and had that board been completely wiped out, none of that stuff that desperately needed to be addressed would have ever been addressed, because there would have been no knowledge moving forward. So therefore, I feel that it is important to whatever board is sitting here, that we move forward with this. And that's why I feel that way. I mean, you would agree that there was a time, you're avoiding cost, right? You're trying to avoid the additional cost to the town.
Exactly.
And I understand that some people may not want to spend that money in that way. However, I think it is important to the members of this community that they have sitting board members that will have information and knowledge of things that were working or in the works that could just completely go away.
Now, to be fair about it, the $11,000 was a 2023 price tag. In discussion with the County Board of Elections, that 2027, which is our next cycle, more likely is going to be more than $11,000. But then that $500 that we talked about in 23 may be higher than the $500. So, there's a discussion that I had before this meeting. If anybody's really interested in being a member of the town council, they should be in the monthly meetings every month. I mean, I know myself personally, I sat out here for 2 years prior, and I know that Ed, he sat out here for a good couple of months. We've been here ever since we've been in this session. So, the likelihood of the board getting wiped out probably won't happen. So for me, it's $1.00. Plus the fact that the presidential midterm, you have more people that will be voting that will reduce that cost. That's my whole position. And just because I feel that way, and if the rest of my board members don't, we may agree or disagree, but we will agree to stay friendly. We will agree to work together.
Any other comments, questions? Do we need a motion?
Make a motion to adopt the ordinance staggering terms.
Second.
Motion's been made and a second. Is there any more comments or questions? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed, like sign.
All right.
Mayor, can I be heard? So under the North Carolina General Statutes, 168-75, for this ordinance to become effective, there will have to be a second reading. Because the law says on the first reading, if you don't have 2/3 of an ordinance, then you have to have a second reading. Now, typically, our votes on an ordinance are either 5-0 or 4-1, and that one, 4-1 clearly is 2/3. But tonight, given Mr. Montgomery's absence, the vote was 3 of us. We have 3/5 of our board, not 2/3. it'll need to be back on the agenda for the next meeting.
Can you give the general statute number again?
Yeah, 168-75, Ms. Brown, says, no ordinance nor any action having the effect of an ordinance, except a planning ordinance. We don't have a planning ordinance tonight. May be finally adopted on which is may be finally adopted on the day in which it's introduced, except by an affirmative vote equal to or greater than 2/3 of the actual membership of the council. For years and years, I represented Conover. He had 6 members. The mayor had a vote. It always took 4 to pass anything. We always had 2/3 if it passed, so you never needed the second reading. Hickory, as a matter of custom, has a second reading. I don't think Newton does. I don't know about Statesville. Don't know about North Wilkesboro, most of the other municipalities that I'm familiar with in the Department County do not have 2 readings. Given the import of this particular ordinance, we'll follow the rules.
All right, thank you. Okay, so, Zach, what do you want to talk about the audit contract?
Yes, sir. So before we have the audit contract and engagement letter from Martin Starnes for the fiscal year 25 audit. On this contract, the base price is $43,880, and the date it will be submitted to the LDC is projected 12/31/25, which is the deadline to submit plans. So we are hoping to get it done within that time.
Make a motion to adopt the contract of Martin Summary.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Is any opposed, say like sign. No one is opposed. Okay, are you gonna do surplus property also? Nathan?
The Public Works Department is requesting the following items to be surplus: the 1992 generator. The motor runs, but it doesn't generate power. The recommendation to sell as is on gov deals. And LS tractor will crank and run, but has some transmission issues. We've been waiting a year for the part to fix it. It's not made in the U.S., so it's unknown when we receive the part to fix. Our recommendation is to sell as is on gov deals. We have a finishing mower that's usable. It's in good condition. We just haven't used it in several years to do purchases of other equipment. Recommendation to sell as is on gov deals. We have a bush hog that's usable. Recommendation is to sell as is on gov deals.
Make a motion to accept the surplus property to be sold.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any more questions? Comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. No one is opposed. So, Chief Mike Millsap, will you give us a police report?
Certainly will. Good evening, everyone. Running late because Chastity and I have been over to the Police Law Institute for the last couple of weeks, getting new information and learning to run things a little more efficiently and keeping up with new laws and different things of that nature. So it's been a really good class for us. We hope to get more of our officers involved in that to give you a lawyer's type understanding of the law. Sometimes when it changes and different things like that, it helps us out to be able to do that. So we're glad to be there. Just for calls that are coming in for the month of last month, we had 934 calls, 18 alarms that we went to. 67 incident reports were written at 211 vehicle stops last month. Coming up, we got National Night Out. That's happening right now, tonight. So we get out here today, we'll go over there and check some of the things out. We got officers out there giving out coloring books, crayons, different things of that nature with some information on it to help the community deal with certain things, if it comes to drugs or anything like that. It gives you a little bit of information in those booklets. Also, we got the Apple Festival on October 18th. we got a little something we're gonna do here at the police department. If you come in by here, we got a little special, event that we're gonna do with the car. It'll be real interesting to see. Also, hometown Halloween, that's good. You got Kim to know exactly, I guess we're still good there.
Yep.
Okay. So hometown Halloween is gonna be on October 31st. We continue to post on a lot of information on our Facebook page. It's got some good information on here, tell you how law enforcement works and the different ins and outs that will maybe help you answer some questions that you need to be answered without having to go somewhere and get that information. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Public Works, what we done?
There's no report for Public Works for this evening. Everything's
Okay,
up and up.
all right. So, we go to the town manager's report.
Yes. Today, we signed the contract with Metroport Landscaping for the Northwood culvert repair. They're now on the clock. It's about 160 days they have to complete that project. They're also the same contractor that was awarded the bid for the streets and sidewalks. So now that they have both contracts signed for both projects here in town, we expect them to mobilize pretty quickly. We've reached out for an exact scheduling date. When we get that, I'll forward that to you all so you know the exact date that is planned to, both of those projects are planned to commence. As I stated in an email we got earlier, we did our first phase of our software transition. So payroll and accounts payable are now on the Black Mountain software, and then on November 1st we'll utilize that for utility payments. I did want to say how proud I am of our staff for jumping in there and working hard on that. It's been a cumbersome project to run with it, especially Zach. He's handled most of it. He's done a really great job, and Nicole and Rachel and Aaron have been putting in a lot of time learning and going through training, and we'll continue to go through training for several weeks to make sure that that software is implemented into the town operations seamlessly and successfully. So it's going really great so far, thanks to all of their hard work. I did receive the certificate of existence request today for the nonprofit that we're starting, the Taylorsville Development Alliance. So we remitted payment for that, so we can receive our certificate of existence for the state of North Carolina. In regards to the public comment earlier about uploading agendas, that has typically been my responsibility to upload those agendas prior to the meeting. I typically do those on our town Facebook page. I will ensure that I continue to do that since I have not. So I'll make sure that they're out there on our town Facebook page and on the town website prior to the meeting, so those are available. And then I will discuss with her further involvement with town leadership. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Now, general discussion, do you want to say anything about national, the Halloween, hometown Halloween coming up?
Well, we're hoping it's going to be a big turnout like we have had in the past. We're going to have some bluegrass up here and some food trucks and
It's going to be at the
Food
stage.
trucks on the ball field,
food trucks.
and I'm waiting to hear back from the FSA about hay rides and the health department. They didn't want to be on the ball field with the food trucks because they felt like they were not in a good location. So they've asked to stand with the town council up here and be up here in the parking lot. And we'll have music down there. So
Yeah, where?
at the ball field, down back here, town park.
Are we going to be in the front door or in front of the town?
Where y'all were last year. So we just need to double check because the candy I saw back there, I think may not be accurate. So if we need more, then we need to make it. I'm pretty sure that it's about how much we need.
That makes sense.
I'm not trying to get it for Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I mean, cause right now they have it on sale at Costco. If you'd like me to go, I can get some more. I'll have a truckload of it and my husband said. So, we've got bluegrass music and then someone has reached out about being a vendor at, Hometown Christmas, to be up here in this parking lot, and the church has committed to working with the Savings Bank to do the live nativity next door at the gazebo so far, and the elementary school is gonna sing for the tree lighting, and several food trucks have signed up for that, and I'll have you a more detailed report on that next meeting.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments? That, we'll go to, our work session will be on Tuesday, October 21st at 2 p.m. in this room. And the next meeting will be November the 4th at 5:30 in this room, of course.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
if I could, I want to thank the police chief and our police department for their assistance Sunday, where we had the remembrance of Charlie Kirk at the Courthouse Park. Thank you, Chief, and your folks, okay?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn, we are adjourned.